And now 2 chapters on intents. 2 chapters because it's a key concept. It's what you're going to use when you will want to go from one page to another page in your application. So basically from one activity to another activity. It's the same thing you're going to use when you will want to access one of the features, one of the services of the Android phone or its operating system. For example, sending an email. And it's also the same concept you're going to use to reuse some existing code. So basically to access one of the activities or services of a third-party application. Now let's go. I've created a new project and I've just opened the first activity. We'll want to create a very simple application with only 3 buttons. The first one will bring us to the image gallery of the phone. The second to the call history, and the third to the contact book of the phone. Let's go right now in main.xml to draw this application, which I already did to save some time. So you see the 3 buttons. So you've seen that many times already. Those 3 buttons are in a linear layout. And here are our 3 buttons with fill parents for the layout width, wrap content for the layout height. So I gave the following names for the buttons: my gallery button, my call log button, and my contact book button. And the texts are gallery, call log, and contact book, of course. So this is what my application will look like. It's not necessarily very sexy, but it's gonna be enough. Now back in the Java, we're going to create those 3 button objects. So the first one, button. So the first one is my gallery button. So it's going to be a button, and I will use find view by ID, providing r.id.myGalleryButton. So you have already seen that many times. I'm importing the missing classes, and with cut and paste I'm going to create the 2 other buttons. So for the second we said my call log button, here it is, and for the third one we've said my contact book button. r.id. Here it is, contact book button. Now I will create my first listener. So my gallery button dot set on click listener. So it's a new button listener, button dot on click listener. Nothing really new here. I will go and ask the system to add the unimplemented methods. Only one, of course, and it's a non-click method. And here we're going to create our very first intent. Let's see an intent as a message that will go from an activity to another one. First, it will go to the Android operating system that will push it to the corresponding activity. So intent, I will call it my intent, equal new intent, no parameter here. But it's a message, it needs some content. Okay, let me import the intent class. So this intent needs some content, and we are going to provide an action, and we're going to provide data. So let's do that. My intent dot set action. So what we want to do here is go to the picture gallery and basically see the pictures. So no need to delete, no need to reorder, just viewing the images. So intent dot, and here you see a bunch of different actions, and we say that we only want to view. So let's find it, or let's type it. action view. And now what do we want to view? That's the data. So let's do my intent.set data, and we're going to use the Android API, android.provider.images.media internal content URI, because here when you do a set data you need to provide a new URI. Let me save and let me run now. Let's see what it's doing. Now it's running. I will click on gallery. 1, 2, 3. Apparently no reaction. This is just because I've created an intent, but I'm not using it yet. So we're going to do a start activity, because we really want another activity to take the control of the phone. So start activity and my intent, of course. Let me save, delete this, and let's try again. So the installation of the application, it's starting. I click on gallery, and now yes, I'm currently in the gallery activity of the Android phone. That is saying that I don't have any pictures to share with you today. Let's go back to the menu. And now we're going to code the 2 other buttons. I will just do a cut and paste 2 times. So the second button is going to be the call log button, and the third button is going to be the contact book button. If I choose the call log button here, is just to show you that setting the data is not necessarily mandatory. Sometimes it doesn't mean anything. Here we just want to go to the Android phone calling features, exactly as we were pushing the call button. So here it's going to be action, call, button. That's very simple. And now for the contact book, the action will still be view. We will not want to modify anything. And for the data, same thing. Let's find a pointer in the Android API. So Android.provider.I see contacts, that looks good, .people, and here I have a set of pointers, and I'll use content URI. I'm saving, and let's run that guy, see what it's doing. It's installing, it's starting, and here we go. So I can still go in gallery, I didn't break it. Now back on the menu, I click on call log, and I see that I received 2 calls recently. Back, and let's go to the contact book, where I apparently have absolutely no entry in the simulator. That's gonna be it for this chapter. It was a quick introduction on intents. In the next chapter, we're going to see how we're going to interconnect your activities.